What's up, guys? It's Friday, February 24th. It's 10:02 a.m. and this is a crypto market update. And I'm going to skip all the jibba jabba and get right to it because the charts are at a critical moment and you guys got to get updated right away. So we're going to dive into the bond yields real quick, and they're spiking right now. You know, we're up, what is it? 1.75% in the bond yields, and we're up 0.65% in the dollar. If you remember in the Discord, you go to the indicator course channel in there, dollar up, bond yields up, Bitcoin down. Surprisingly, we are still kind of maintaining for Bitcoin, but we're at a critical level. You can't deny that. So remember, the market mechanics drive what Bitcoin and the rest, like stock markets, are going to do. So we need to see if we're going to be topping here pretty soon and kind of rolling over or leveling off, because things could get pretty crazy here. So we got to keep that on our radar. Right now, I'm on the 6-hour chart. We're looking at this, and this is what we see. We're on 6-hour chart. We do have the stock RSI. Everything kind of cooled off, and we're kind of getting ready to curl up again. But right now, being down here, there's a lot of, potential for us to maybe come up, get rejected, and then some hidden bearish divergence come in, and then we roll over. Like we said in the last video, we were looking at, pretty sure it was 4-hour chart or the 12-hour. We were comparing kind of the patterns here. I do think, something's got to give here, and I don't think we're ready for an all-out kind of crash moment yet. But I mean, we're setting up for it, but I don't think we're there yet. So what we need to be watching is this current high. So we're going to put the horizontal line here. Boom. Like we're at a key level right there. And let me hide all the indicators. We're going to just look at the price action. We're going to look at it naked. And right now we're seeing, even if I drag it down a little bit, I mean, this was at the level of where we found some support resistance here. We're above it right now, but if we can dip back below that level, that would be a great sign. If I were to pull the trend line out now and we were to draw this up, we have that key level right there that we've been holding as support. We have this key level of kind of like resistance that we've been kind of grinding up against. And if we were to pull up here, we want to get rejected there. Remember, we're watching the 4.10% on this from high to low, and let me pull it up a little bit more. Yeah, like 4.10%. If we pop up to there, we must get rejected. If you see that spike and we start to go rapid, no bueno. That's why in that 2023 game plan that I laid out in the Discord with the PDF and we covered it on the group session, I consolidated down and into the blue chips, 90% on the ledger. XRP is my first, then XLM, then XCN, HBAR, and really kind of whittled down the spreading out and really consolidated back into the coins that if the market were to sell off right now, right, we're back into our XRPs or XLMs. Because some of the coins that we went into, like the HBARs, the V chains, they went up more than XRP XLM. So if we see Bitcoin correct here, they have much more room to fall versus something like XRP could be at 20% down back to 33 cents, which is even kind of more unlikely for it to go to that level. Whereas something like HBAR from the lows is, I think, up a double or a triple. So, converting back into the coins that, like the XRPs, like the XLMs, I think is a great move. Kind of finding that stability again, getting into the coins that you're happy with holding, those were your babies, getting back into those, securing the bag on it, waiting this kind of moment out as far as the dust settling, definitely the best call to go, because this is a critical moment. Right now, if we go to a lower time frame, we are seeing a little bit of a rejection here, but that doesn't mean we can't just keep popping up. We do see the momentum starting to rise, but we are starting to level off a little bit. If I go down to a 30-minute, remember the time frames spill into each other. So we can kind of get clues and hints into, maybe are we going to pull down here? So the 1 hour is showing we're kind of cooling off a bit, 30 minutes starting to curl. Now, if we go down to a 15-minute, starting to curl down here, and now we're close to, putting in a little local top in for the bond yields, which would be solid. We need to see that. Let's go to the dollar. Right now, we might have already put our local top in the dollar, right? We have the 15-minute chart. We're seeing stock RSI cross down. We need to see that fully cross through the 50 line. We need to see the pink come down here, blue come up. We need to see the TSI cross and the MACD flip red. We need to see on the 30-minute those same kind of things here. Right now, there's a clear definitive trend line that we can watch. So we have this coming up like that. Once we're testing it right now, we need to break down back through that. We need something to bring us back up here. for the cryptos, because we're at this critical level and a critical juncture. If we start finding some support here and we start popping up and bond yields start going up, you know, we're going to see that correction with crypto. I mean, we're teetering on that edge. So just keep that in mind for today. Watch those key market dynamic charts, because those are going to tell the story where crypto goes. So if we go to the 1 minute and looking at this trend line, you can see it much clearer. So we're hanging on it right now. Let's go to the 10 minute, crossing down, getting close. 15, crossing down, getting close. 30 minute, almost there. We need to see it fully come down, you know, break past these lows over here. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. Now we can see that trend line a little better. We need to see that pull down there. Got to see it. But we're right now in the TSI, you know, in the MACD, we're going green, green, green. We're still up here in the stock RSI. We need to see that roll over on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour chart. We're just having its uptick, you know, so on these medium time frames, we're having upticks, you know, it could be a kind of spike moment for the dollar, but this could be kind of a quick little spike, flush out the crypto market real quick. A catalyst kind of causes the dollar to reverse, cryptos pop back up type of scenario. That's why selling out into US dollar, I'm not fond of, but going back into our blue chips, I think is the better call to wait for the dust to settle. So I think that's a good call there. Now, if we look at the stock market, right? Stock market is at a key level as well too. We're coming back down to this horizontal line. This one's next up. We need to see this hold. You know, we got to see that hold. If it's not going to hold, then Bitcoin's not going to hold. And it's a result of the bond yields going up, dollar going up. Let's look at Bitcoin right now. So I'm going to go to the 30-minute chart. And this is that knife's edge that we're talking about. We're sitting right at this moment as far as this support. You know, we've been outlining it. You have this resistance that we had all the way back here. Let's pull it out a little more. So you can see we had the resistance back in January, now turning to support. If we were to break this, right? So we have this trend line as well too. Support, 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 support. We touched it this morning. If we come back down to this and we break it, then it's likely we could come down to 23,250. And then even a result of coming back all the way down to here at 22,500. But I would really like to see this short-term hold so we can pop back up here, because if we're starting to break these type of levels, I laid it out in the video yesterday, then there's more kind of probabilities of kind of having a bigger correction. And it's better to kind of get out close to the top than trying to decide right here whether or not, you know, you should get out or not. And then all of a sudden it breaks down, because then we would have like something like this playing out, like something like that. And then at this moment, it's like, all right, now you're going to decide. Are you going to take it and all of a sudden it bounce, or are you going to keep it in and all of a sudden it goes down, right? It's better to get it up here, because we did see some sell signals come in, but I'm still in the camp that we just got to see this dollar roll down. It's been tough. It's been tough over the past couple of days here, just choppy action, just kind of ripping up, showing some strength, but without no cause to it. So those are our key market drivers that we got to watch. Once we see a definitive sell-off in the dollar, one that you cannot deny, you'll likely see cryptos melt up as a result of that. Let's go to Bitcoin again, and let's go to the 5-minute chart, see where we're at with it, because we're coming down to test those levels, right? And if I were to pull the Fibonacci retracement from that low to this high, we're already down below the 786. The extension brings us to like 23 and then also 22. Now, if I take the bigger move of the low down here to the high that we set, we have the low to the high coinciding with that 2618 sitting around 22K, you know, so critical that we hold where we're at right now. You're going to see us kind of maybe short-term dump to that level, especially if the dollar and the bond yields are going to continue to rip up here. So crucial. So now let's go to the next chart, which is XRP. Right now, XRP is showing a little weakness, and we're seeing if we go to the 4-hour chart, we could set this low to this high. We have the 786 sitting around 0.3721. And so we could come down there if we keep kind of coming down. And then also, and we have a 4-hour prepare to buy soon. Sometimes when you see the prepare to buy soon, like things like back here, sometimes it's not good. You really want to wait for the buy now signals. Those are your confirmation that the downtrend is over. Then you can take a stab, right? So let's pull up that 12-hour chart, take a look at these bottom indicators here. All right, we got that. So bottom indicators are starting to cross down. You know, we're trying to reclaim the zero line. Now we're crossing down. The stock RSI has cooled off. You want to see an immediate pop up. You don't want to see this hang down here. We're not here to hang. We're here to just pop down real quick, kind of gather a little juice and then pop right back up and turn up. So that's what we need to see happen in these momentum indicators. So if we are outlining the levels, you got 0.37376, but let's pull this down to this move, this low to this high up here. And then you got 0.352 sitting right there as well too as our 786 right here. So we got those two kind of levels that we need to watch in the short term, there and there. And then let's kind of look at it now a little zoomed out. And also we have this trend line. And if I hide this real quick, you know, we drag this across. Yeah, we could easily come down to there, retest that support. We could see 34.5, 35 cents, especially if we're seeing the dollar and bond yield just rip up. So definitely key for the bond yield to cool off, dollar to cool off, and for NASDAQ to kind of hold this level here, Bitcoin to hold, because if not, you will see those type of scenarios take place. So that's what we're watching here. And maybe it's just like the last little kind of shakeout right before we rip up. I would not doubt that to be the case, to be honest. So that's what we got to watch. Yeah, we're seeing the momentum come down. We said in the video yesterday, momentum's still down. We need to see some key things happen, and we've yet to see them. And with the dollar and bond yields kind of still pressing up here, we can't have the stars align until they kind of level off. It's critical. So let me pull up one more chart, which is going to be XLM. XLM, you know, breaking down from that key thing that we had lined out as far as short-term stuff. We broke that trend line coming up. So is it going to be something like this, right? Where, you know, we broke this trend line right here, but we just kind of cooled off and then we ripped back up again. Could definitely be that type of scenario, right? It definitely could line up like that, but we would need to see us hold this low to this high, stretch it up. We already broke that. Let's see about this one. So we would have to hold 0.088411. We would have to hold that. Also, if we kind of line that up with the breakdown of this move here from this low to this high, what lines up with it? The 1.618 extension of the breakdown lines up with the 786 of this low to this high back down. So definitely a key level to hold next would be right there. And then we can even drag it down all the way to here, which would probably coincide with the 2618 extension. Yep. So let's put it right there. We have our key levels. We need to see those hold if we want to see immediate upside again. So that's what we're watching. As far as the momentum, I'm sure all the momentum's headed down, you know, from the lower timeframes, higher timeframe stuff right now. If we're talking about big macro timeframes, the momentum's solid. You know, we're seeing big prepare to buy soon signals have not yet seen the buy nows on them, but with a dollar tank down, bond yields tank down, we'll likely get that. So we're already starting to see, you know, Bitcoin's down 1% right now. If we don't see these dollar and the bond yields really kind of correct down, it could get a little messy. So definitely consider what's in the portfolio right now and convert back into your blue chips, you know, because this could be one of those scenarios where if the dollars keep ripping, bond yields keep ripping, could be a market kind of panic and we have a mass sell-off. But being in the coins that you don't mind having a sell-off in, like the XRP's, XLM, I don't care if it goes back down to 33 cents. You know, we all know where it's going pretty soon here. So, but being in coins that you're not convicted on, not good. You know, you don't want to be stuck in that. So we had outlined that in that game plan, 2023 game plan in the Discord channel. Definitely check that out. I'm going to keep it at that. We could cover XCN real quick. XCN just kind of still hanging out at these lows down here. Hasn't had a market-wide sell-off like everything else currently at the moment. It's retesting this wick down here. You'll see that with Chain a lot. See how we wick down here? And then we kind of went sideways in the middle of it. We pulled back down to retest kind of the middle of it over here. We're basically doing the same thing right now where we had the wick down. So like I'd expect this to hold and then we start to bounce here. Remember what happened with Chain as well too, where Onyx was the whole market sold off. Onyx kind of got a little juice from that. Hopefully that's a scenario that we see right now, because that would be beautiful if we saw kind of the XRPs, the XLMs, and the H-bars pull down hard and XCN have it shoot up. Now we can really position ourselves back into our blue chips off the XCN trade. So definitely key. We have higher time frame signals for this. We're waiting for the 6-hour buy now on this, which we have yet to get yet. So we're getting close, not there yet, no cigar. So we need to see this just kind of cross back up with the momentum. How can we get some insights to whether it's going to happen sooner or later? You go down to the lower time frames, because the lower time frames spill into the higher time frame, right? So 4-hour chart, we have some prepare to buy soons again. So now 3-hour chart, you know, we probably have prepare to buy soons. 2-hour, 1-hour, we definitely do. But what we want to see for the 6-hour buying out a flash is the 1-hour, 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour momentum indicators to cross back up. It will spill over into the 6-hour because we're so close to crossing anyways. And that's what will give us a little catapult back up here. So that's the ideal scenario. We want to see that play out. But yeah, really think about where you're at with your portfolio. Are you too spread out? You want to get back and consolidate into our blue chips here, especially after the video I shared about the huge time frames for XRP, XLM, and kind of all the stars aligning as far as their Bitcoin charts, their dominant charts, their USD charts, their Ethereum charts, and against the others charts as well too. We have narratives coming up to back it coming into March here, and we know ISO's coming up. We know a lot of things are coming up, and we just want to make sure we're getting back into those coins while they're low, because we don't want to buy them back up, XRP back up at 44 cents, that's for sure. I'll take 38 cents. You know, if it drops down to 36 cents, that's not even a 10% down move. So, but a lot of these other coins could have 10% down, 20% down, no problem, if we don't see the dollar pull down, if we don't see the bond yields pull down. Right now, we're seeing some short-term sell now signals, which is a good sign, but I need to see more. I need to see this overall trend line break. I want to see this uptrend break. I want to see this uptrend in the dollar break, because that will give us the juice to have crypto melt up. So keep your eyes on it. I'm going to be busting out one-on-ones today. So definitely anybody who's got a chart pulled up, they know how the Stargate signals work. They're watching this stuff during the day. Please keep us updated, because Fitzy's gone. He already left for Florida. I leave tomorrow night or midday tomorrow. So I'm really just trying to get everybody situated with their charts and their indicators and everything like that, to make sure while I am gone for 3 to 4 days, everybody at least can pull up their charts. It will look just like mine. They'll have the signals going. They can track their trades with it. And then they can ask questions through the Discord, being like, hey, I'm seeing this. What are some opinions here? What are other people seeing, etc. And if I don't get you guys set up with that before I leave, then you're going to be waiting, 5 days, and there's no time to wait. There's no time to waste, especially getting your indicator set up, all the key tools that we use to track this stuff. The time is now. So if you haven't booked your one-on-one with me in the Discord channel, hit me up. Let's get you situated, right? So especially during a time with the dollar starting to kind of pull up here, bond yields starting to pull up here, Bitcoin at a critical level, right? We got to get you guys all set. I already tested 23,584. So I need to bounce this video out, send it to you guys ASAP, and kind of get everybody resituated with their tools, their softwares, etc., so you guys can set them up on your charts and be good to go. So I'm going to bounce this out. I'll see you guys in the Discord.